Do, 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 do. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Third Eye Cyphs. That was my little intro song. I gotta get a song, guys. My friend told me I need to get a song, so I gotta get a song. Not that I always do what I'm told, but no, I'm joking. No, but I really feel like I should get a song. But I have to do the song because, I looked into, I can't use other people's songs. I can't even use skits of other people's songs to share music with you guys because it's, copyright stuff. Unless I have, the artist's permission. I don't know that many artists. But I do know some underground artists that could make me I don't know what I was gonna say. I was trying to say lovingly make me a song. Yeah, so I gotta ask them. I gotta see if I could get something in motion for you guys. Anyways, it is Friday. What is it? May 1st. Oh my god. May 1st, guys. It is May 1st. Do you know what that means? It is a new month. Wow. Before I go on my new month rant. Oh, well, I guess today's card kind of goes along with that, which is nice. But before I jump into anything, what would I like to say? How are you guys? I always gotta check in with you guys. You guys always gotta check in yourself. That's not a common thing. Well, no, maybe it is a common thing. Who knows? But actually, I don't think so. I think it's very good for your mental health to always check in with yourself. Know yourself. How do you usually feel compared to how you're feeling now? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? How do you feel? Think about it. I feel like journaling's really good, even though guys would be like, oh, that's gay. It's not fucking gay. Keep a goddamn journal. It keeps track of how you're doing, how you're progressing. I have so many journals, but maybe that's because I'm a writer. Not journals. Okay, well, I do have journals. So I have one diary that I've kept with me since I was 12 years old. That I would only write in when I was super sad and stuff like that. So it has all my sad memories in it or whatever since I was younger. But then I have well, I told you about a couple of my notebooks, about my study notebooks and stuff. And then I have this one journal that I have barely wrote it. I barely wrote in it. I don't even there's weird stuff. Not weird stuff, but it's something I wrote. It's kind of a mixture of a diary and my good writing, I like to say. Because it's not so yesterday I went to the park and then I did this, and that's how my regular diary is. So yesterday I did that and then tomorrow I'll do this. But this one's more under the night sky I found myself walking, something like that. But it's also kind of like a diary. So I felt I'm this is the diary that's gonna get published when I die. Somebody's gonna find this book and they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is about her life and her journey as a mystic, beautifully written. So that's kind of what that is. But I barely wrote in it yet because I've barely been doing anything. Well, I've been doing a lot of stuff, but I haven't really been traveling yet. As a lifestyle, I've been traveling to kind of just hang out, but not as my life. But I guess you could call that part of my life. Anyways, yeah, how are you guys? That's where that came from. Okay, so today I pulled a beautiful card for you guys to focus on during this week and to inspire you. There's this nice deck that my teacher has. It's kind of but it's just an affirmation deck. What affirmation should you guys get? And you do, guys. I like my deck because you kind of get a message from the universe and an affirmation for the week. So, today's card. There's sound effects. That I can add in here, but I like my own. That. Those are my sound effects. You guys must think I'm so weird. Okay, today's card is da da da. That was one of my other sound effects. The Magician and the Mirror. It's so weird. I just realized it says "and the mirror." I don't know why I just realized that, because after like I realized what this card actually means, I'm like, oh, there is a mirror in the title. Okay, so the Magician and the Mirror. This card, and you received it upright, which is awesome. This is a message from the universe, guys, and Uni's telling you that this card is the culmination of your personal and spiritual power. So this guy on the card is like some old guy, and he has like some pretty cool necklaces around him. He's like wearing a robe, and he's standing in front of a mirror, and he has an infinity sign above his head glowing. That's interesting. And he has both his arms like out, not in a T, but like, so he's holding like two flames in his hand, basically, so you can get the idea. He has his arms out and he has two different colored flames in his hand. One's like orangey and red, and it's like fire, and then the other one's like blue and magical. So this represents Ying and Yang. The fire, the orangey red one, is, you know, passion, yang, action, passion, direction, creativity. The blue is more like spirit, reflection, clarity. It's like water, you know, flowy and stuff. So what this card is telling you is that you are the magician, and you have the power of both of these within you. It's kind of just like what you decide, what you kind of lean more towards of, and this is why Yin and Yang is very important in like ancient Asian philosophy. I have this one book called The Art of Shanku, and it's kind of like my guidebook to life. It's not my guidebook to life, but it's my survival guidebook to life as a traveler and as like somebody who wants to like master themselves. It's called The Art of Shanku, if you guys want to check it out. Haku's deciding to join us. And yeah, they talk about yin and yang a lot, and how, you know, yang has its own properties, again, like I said, in yin. And when we have imbalances within us, it causes imbalances like in our mental state, in our physical state. There's a lot of doctors that talk about this too, like Asian doctors. And certain foods are more yang, certain foods are more yin. So if you're in balance, they tell you to eat these certain foods, so it kind of balances out your nature. So like when you're sick, and you know what, I feel like this is freaking true, because one time I got sick, and this is when I first got the book, and I was like, I wasn't studying it hard, but like I was reading it a lot, and it tells you like everything for everything. So I got sick, and I looked in the book, and I was like, all right, what do I do if I'm sick? It was like a regular cold. And I think it said I had an imbalance in yang, or I think it was maybe yin. I'm not too sure. I think probably yang. And I needed to balance it out with yin foods. So it was like plain white rice, plain greens, a fish, or something like that. This is when I was non-vegan, guys. And I received an email. Sorry. Gotta move my phone off of this little board. And yeah, so I ate all these yin foods, and in the middle of the night, right, I like literally woke up like sweating everything out, like freezing because I was soaked in all this sweat, and I was like shaking because I guess I didn't have sugar, because when I don't like eat a lot of sugar, like if my sugar's low, basically I'm not diabetic, but like maybe hypoglycemic. But if like my sugar's low, or if I haven't eaten, I get super shaky and I get into cold sweats. But yeah, probably because I didn't have like any sugar in my dinner, I guess. I don't know. But I was literally sweating it all out. And then like I had to eat something so fast just to get rid of it, because I woke up like kind of like panicky because of it, because it was like super shaky and super like soaked in sweat. And the next day, like it was like gone. It was so weird. It was gone. I was like, what the heck? So this is like my main voice. What the heck? But yeah, so I don't know. That's why I'm like, this is true. But yeah, so it's showing you that you have both of these powers, both of these elements of nature within you, and you are the magician. So you can like basically control this. If you like, when you become aware of it, that's when you can decide like when you want to, move towards either or. But it's all about realizing that you have this power. And it's not like, yeah, you have the power of yin and yang. It's the combination of both. So the combination of both is literally Tao. It's the universe itself. It's everything. You have everything in the palm of your hands, basically. It's nothing about, you have this one and that one. No, you have everything, because the combination of yin and yang is everything. So, this mirror, the magician in the mirror, there's a mirror behind him, and it's showing you that your outer world is reflecting what you have within you. So this guy is standing here with this power, and that mirror is reflecting that in his outer world. So what this is saying is that you have the power to create your destiny, to create your reality. That is always within you. Whether you choose to accept it, whether you choose to use it, put it to your use, or realize it, none of that matters if you even know about it. You still create your reality. So that's what it's telling you. So you can choose to use it to your power, but either or, it's still going to reflect in your reality. Like, either way, your reality is going to reflect what is happening within you and how you are reacting to the outer world. So this card is telling you, and what the universe is telling you, is that now is the time to culminate this personal and spiritual power. You are the creators of your reality, and your reality is reflecting whatever's happening within you right now. So that's why it's time to cultivate this power within you, to balance the yin and the yang, to become aware of this power within you. And it's so funny because I actually read my cards yesterday and I got the same exact card but reversed, which means I'm not on top of stuff. And you know what? I'm not on top of stuff because that's why I freaking pulled the card. Like, literally, I only read my cards and I'm like, oh shit, like, I don't know what to do. You need to help me out here. And then I'm like, yesterday I was like, just tell me something. I just need something. Cause like, I've been going through a lot. I mean, I haven't been going through a lot. It's just, I choose to put myself through a lot because everything is always everything. And whether I choose to be accepting and flowing with it is my choice. But, I was feeling a little like, what the fuck? This is going to be an explicit episode, guys. But, yeah, I got this card in reversed and I completely, understood it. Like, it's literally so the reversed, it's kind of like this, and this is how, maybe you got this in reverse, right? So, I haven't been accepting of this. Like, I know this stuff, guys. I know this stuff. It's just putting it into use is everybody's big problem, everybody's main problem, because you have conditioning. You have, self-doubt. You have all this stuff within you that blocks you from actually putting this information to use in your life. It's kind of like, man, I have this picture in my head. I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like, I guess it's like the layers of ego, maybe. And your core self, your true self is in the middle. And then, is it? Actually, I don't think so. I think your outer self is the middle, and then your higher self is the most outer, the outermost layer, I guess you could say. But then between your higher self, which is the outer layer, and then in the middle, in the tiny core of these rings, layers, think of an onion, right? The middle, the super middle layer, that's what you're projecting outward, right? I guess you could say it's your ego. In between that most outermost layer, your higher self, there's a whole bunch of other different layers, physical trauma, emotional trauma, all this stuff, right? And in order to move outward to your higher self, you have to, get through these other layers. So it's kind of like you can't see your higher self, the outer layer, because it's blocked by all the other layers that you have to kind of clear up and stuff. So yeah, that's like everybody's main problem. So like, again, I know this stuff, guys, is just putting it to use. And like, I usually, like, okay, 95% of my life, like, I know this every day. Like, I speak it into existence every day. If anybody tries to tell me, like, and this is literally me every day. Like, if anybody tries to tell me otherwise, I'm like, nah, man, like, this. But then again, like, no, that's not true. Not, like, I listen to otherwise. But that's just, like, kind of what I preach. But then, like, when like, stuff happens, and this is common, too. Like, it's kind of like, the whole coronavirus thing. Like, you can be like, positivity, but then once coronavirus stuff hits, it's like, I say positivity. It's literally, like, what my family says, so, like, that's, like, the basis word of everything that I talk about. Positivity, which is not even. But, yeah, you can say all this stuff, right? And then when coronavirus hits, you're like, oh shit, we're gonna die. The whole world's gonna end. Like, run, everybody, stack up a toilet paper. Like, all this, like, you could easily fall into, like, flight mode. But then, like, that just shows, like, are you really integrating this stuff into your life, Are you really standing true to your word? Has these teachings engraved in your soul so well that you can remain calm in every, instance. So it's kind of like that. The time is 6:26. It's my birthday. Sorry. So yeah, it's just like when stuff happens, it kind of, doubt comes. Not doubt, because it's not like I doubt all of this stuff. It's not like, oh, is this really true? Like, no, never happens ever. I mean, I'm open to the possibility that's not true, because everything's true. Like, that's a possibility I'm open to, but that's a different conversation. So it's just like, okay, so like, I've been like stressing out over like personal stuff, right? So that's like that's why I felt like clouded in my mind. I was just like, what do I do? Like, blah, 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 blah. And the universe, that's what I asked. I was like, universe, please tell me something. Like, I don't even know what's happening to me right now. Like, I'm just like, I'm letting it get to me, and I know I'm letting it get to me. That's literally what I was saying. And I need you to tell me something to comfort me. And the universe was like, chill. Look at this power you got. Like, look at this power you have. And you're not putting it into use. Like, the mirror, your outward life, is reflecting what is in you. So if you don't like what's happening outward, control it. Put your power to use. You are the creator of your reality. If you don't like it, change it. And I was like, oh my god, you're right. Like, what the hell? It's literally like, it's the comfort you need, guys. So, anyways, that was my little like personal story behind all that. So yeah, it was interesting that I pulled that card in reverse yesterday, because, and I liked how I pulled it upright for you guys, because I kind of got, the upright message from it too. It was kind of like confirmation of my own card yesterday, but then and also a reminder to you guys, like, come on guys, you are the magician. You are the creators of your reality. You have all this unlimited potential and power. So it's time to start culminating it and putting it to use in your life and become a superhero. That's my whole thing. How to become a superhero. That should be the title of this freaking podcast. How to be a superhero. But then I feel like I'd attract the wrong people, and they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I feel like my title kind of attracts the right people. Okay. And the affirmation, you guys might want to write this down if you want to, focus on this for the week, or have an affirmation for the week. It is, I have all the power I need to create the destiny I desire. Magic happens when I live in consciousness and my eternal truth. I'll repeat that. I have all the power I need to create the destiny I desire. Magic happens when I live in consciousness and my eternal truth. So that was Uni's message to you guys this week. I hope that it kind of helps you guys focus on, what you want to create. We have all this time inside to reflect and, think about our future. I think I mentioned this, I don't know, my last episode. My teacher was talking about how it's like, it's making people think, like, what do I want to do after this? Like, when I get out of this, do I want to keep doing what I've been doing? And that's so true. Like, and I guess that's why I think that has a lot of people stressed too, maybe. I think that's why I decided to make, like, the choices I make. So it's kind of just like, do you want some change? Or do you want things to stay the same? What's up, guys? So yeah, that was today's card. I'm sorry, like, a plan for this week's episode, but I am going to talk to you guys about some dope shit. I just don't know what. So something that I wrote down, the only thing that I wrote down, was looking outside of you for answers. And this is so true, guys. This is so true, because oh my god, I hope Haku doesn't, like, step all over the computer and then turn this off, because she's done that before. Okay, yeah, so looking outside of you for answers, like, that's just what made me say this. I see this everywhere, and it has to do, like, I've seen this in, like, mental health patients, not mental health, like, crazy people, but, like, people who are depressed, people who are anxious and go, like, see psychiatrists and stuff like that. Okay, I feel like psychiatrists and, like, therapists and stuff like that, you need clarity on what's happening within you. Like, they'll literally, like, if I were to get a therapist or a psychiatrist, like, it would just be, like, a conversation, and, like, me, like, but you think it's this? And then, like, we just kind of go back and forth on, like, psychological kind of things, and, like, yeah, but I think it has to do with my past and, like, stuff like that. Like, I'd probably be my own psychiatrist, and then, like, I don't know, they'd probably see that as something else too. They'd be like, oh, maybe you're, like, you think you're I don't know, but it's for people who can't really, like, go inward, like, really reflect. They can't really see, like, the outcomes of things in their life. Like, oh, why am I so anxious? Why am I so sad? Like, are you going back into your past and looking at things that could have, created that? Did you have an absent mother? Did you have an absent father? Were they abusive? Were they overly, like, spoiling you or protective and stuff like that? Like, all of that stuff, how you were raised and, like, when you were a kid, really reflects on the person you are now. And not even the person you are now, but maybe a lot is in your subconscious. Like, it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm like this because of that. Like, literally, like, that stuff can come out as your shadow self. Like, the things that you don't want people to see. You could be, like, super angry within and not even know it until, like, something triggers it, like, stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like not even therapy and stuff like that, it's just, like, going to things like that to help you. No, that's not what I was saying, but okay, that's why I like therapists, honestly, because, like, it's for people who can't look within, and it kind of, like, brings out that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it hurts me, and it doesn't hurt me in a sad way. It just, like, pokes at me that so many people can't look within. Like, maybe it's because, they're scared of what they'll find, or they just don't know how. And that's I guess that's a more, considerable thing. And that's why I kind of like therapy, it'll help and bring that stuff out of people. But, okay, for example, I was looking at this app the other day, and it's kind of like an app that tells you, like, your life based on, like, your birth natal chart. My friend showed me it. I'm looking at all the comments of people, right? Because it's kind of like, I'm not going to shout out their app because, I don't, But it's kind of like it tells you like your experience, like experiences you'll have or that you're having based on your natal chart, and then it'll show you like these are 50 million other people. Like in a little corner, it's like, oh, 700 people had the same experience or is having the same experience, and then you click on that, and then it shows you like a whole bunch of comments about that experience, like from a whole bunch of other people that got the same thing based on their natal charts, and then like everybody like connects with each other, right? Which I guess is cool. But like what I was reading was just like people like not knowing what to do with their lives. Like not like that, but it's just like they were looking at the app. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like they're looking towards the app for like guidance in their life. Okay, that's what I mean by like looking outward. Like people are always seeking the answers outward. Like there was somebody I tried helping, and they were going to like okay, look, there was somebody I tried helping, right? Just like with their own personal issues, and trying to, you know, kind of guide them through. It was kind of like I was being their therapist in a way, but not really. I was trying to make them see the situation for what it was, but they weren't able to see it for what it was. They were seeing it by their own perspective, like the whole entire time. I was like, okay, I was telling them like, okay, but how you're viewing the situation is literally your perspective. I, as a third party, you telling me this whole entire situation, me kind of seeing the other person's side of the story by what they've been saying to you, kind of gives me a broader perspective. I see yours, I see theirs, and I see it from a third party. So I was trying to tell them how it was from the outside, the full kind of situation for what it was, and they were like not understanding. They were like, yeah, but I don't understand why, blah, blah, blah. And like they were still only seeing it from their perspective. And I'm like you're not understanding. You're not seeing the situation for what it is. You're only seeing your perspective of it. And this is the thing. This is the thing that happens, guys. But as I'm trying to tell them and help them see, they're like, yeah, I don't know why. I'm going to go to a psychic, or I'm going to go to like a therapist, blah, blah, blah. Like trying to go to all these like third party things for answers, including me. I was the third party to go to, instead of actually looking within and being and thinking to yourself, like being like, am I only seeing this from my perspective, you know? Am I seeing this from the other person's perspective? Am I literally seeing this from the other person's perspective? If you see it from the other person's perspective and yours, then you can kind of get the broader aspect. So that's just what I mean about like looking outside for answers. Like, okay, everything that you want to know is within you. This is like a very popular quote. That's not word for word. It's a popular quote or saying in the lovely spiritual, as I like to say, community. That everything like everything that you seek. This is actually a quote from Rumi. All that you seek is seeking you. That's not the quote. That is a quote from Rumi, but that's not the quote I meant. But I don't know. Okay, anyways, it's a popular quote that's like, everything that you're looking for is within you. That's the quote. It's the law of correspondence, guys. As without, so within. As above, so below. What is happening on the outside is happening on the inside. So if you want to understand the outside, you gotta look within. You gotta look within. You have all the answers within you. So that's why I'm not really a fan of going to third-party things. And that's why I was like so against therapy and like all of that stuff at first, because I was just like, man, all these people just like, you're paying money to be told something that you could just figure out yourself. Like, but a lot of people can't figure that out themselves. Like, because they're blocked by like all this stuff, you know? They don't have like, they're unable to see everything for what it is because they're blocked by like their doubts, their past, their trauma, all this stuff. So I agree with therapy now and stuff like that, just because, you know, they help people come to terms with this and see what's actually going on, because some people just need more help than others, you know? It doesn't come as easy as it does to a lot of people. So yeah, that's that. I just wanted to kind of go on that wasn't even a rant about, you know, looking with that. Look within, guys. All the answers are within you. And it kind of goes along with the card, you know, like, whatever's happening on the outside is a reflection of what you are. So if you don't like what's happening on the outside, it's kind of like if you don't like your home situation, like, if it's very hostile, and I thought about this before even, like, I started this episode, but I thought about this morning, like, alright, if you don't like your like, home style, right, like, just have too many people in your house, or, like, I don't know, I'm thinking about, like, some Spanish house, many Spanish friends, like, or like, families that I've met and stuff, like, everybody kind of lives with each other. The grandma lives in the house, the parents live in the house, the aunt lives in the house, the third cousin lives in the house, like, and it's, like, pretty ratchet, because they're all, like, ghetto Spanish people, not, like, calm Spanish people. I don't know home situation. I'm just thinking about a random scenario in my head, and it's annoying. You're like, I don't want to live with these people. Like, look at how they're acting. They're always yelling at each other, like, for no reason. It's, like, 6 a.m. and they're like, hey, clean these floors. Like, what the hell? Like, calm down. Why are you so mad for? Like, you're in a situation like that. That's annoying. But then, okay, that's your outer reality, right? You're stuck in this house, and that's your outer reality. Why is this your outer reality? This is what you got to think. Like, what is happening in my life that I'm letting this be my outer reality? Like, getting stuck in the house is probably making you realize your home situation. Like, maybe you just, you know, you hated your home situation, so you were barely home. You're always outside, hanging out with friends, doing this, doing that you weren't really, like, coming to terms with your home situation, right? But now you're stuck at home and you're like, holy shit, I really hate this house. Like, I really want to get out of here. I don't like this situation. So maybe that's a reflection of all the stuff you haven't been doing. Like, instead of running from it like you've been doing and hiding from it, you're being shown stuff that you have to deal with. Do you want to be stuck in that situation forever? Or do you want to get out of this? Or maybe it's all that outside turmoil that's happening in your household, in the world, is what's happening within you. What's happening within you that, you know, you're having this in your outer reality. Do you have, like, this anger within you? Do you have this, like, inner turmoil? I like that word, turmoil. I didn't even say it right when I said that. So yeah, but then that made me think, like, okay, what about, like, kids who are abused, right? How did they create that? Like, how are they creating that? And you know what? I kind of thought, like, what if it's karmic, you know? Like, what if in their past lives they were, like, shit? And then they're getting, like, but then it was like, well, that's not fair. Like, how come this reality person, like, well, maybe it's, like, a soul thing. I don't really know how the universe works. Nobody really knows how the universe works. But, you know, we get these laws. We get, like, okay, yeah, you could do this. Like, you get, like, so much of it. The universe is literally incomprehensible. So you can't, like, there's only so much we can understand that happens in the universe, that we can control, that we have the power to control. There's only so much, like, and there's a lot, but there's only so much. So maybe that's part of that. But, you know, maybe it's karmic, or maybe, you know, it's all part of the destiny. It's all part of a bigger thing. Like, you can't look at it as a small level like that. And of course we are, because we're humans, and, you know, we're experiencing this reality on a very human level, and everything's so small. It's small, but it doesn't seem small. Like, literally the worst thing could be happening in your life right now, and it seems like everything. Like, this whole coronavirus thing, it seems like everything, right? The end of the world, blah, blah. I mean, it doesn't feel like that now, but, like, everything seems so big. And you know what? When you zoom out on the universal timeline of everything that happens on this earth and in this universe, this is literally nothing. This is so small compared to all the years that have passed on the earth, like all the eras of human, like, all of that happens in a blink of an eye. Literally, your life is happening in a blink of an eye. Like, it seems like, okay, say you live to 100 years, 100 years, oh, so long, right? But that's literally like a blink for the universe. Not even like half a blink. It's just everything's happening so fast. And all of that's just like small. So like, yeah, abuse. I'm not saying abuse is okay and like all this like violence and war and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's okay. But on a universal level, like, all of that might be happening for this to happen. You know, it's like a domino effect. Like, okay, this had to happen for this to happen, etc., etc. And it keeps going, and it keeps going. I can't really use my tongue today. And it's just like chain reaction, and everything happens for a reason. And, you know, it doesn't really matter. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't really matter. Like, you could get mad at me and you could argue like this with me, but, and you know, maybe it's personal opinion, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it probably does matter. And I'm thinking on a bigger spectrum, guys. I'm thinking about like zoomed out on the universal timeline. Like, so many realities have passed, so many like eras and thousands of years and hundreds of thousands of years and like phases of humanity. Like, all the years that we know that humanity existed could probably only be like one cycle of humanity. Like, before that, Earth could have got destroyed, right? But like the planet stayed, but everything on Earth like caught fire, kind of like the dinosaurs, you know. And then there was a whole nother civilization before this, before like they got wiped out. Oh my god. And yeah, so like there could have been like so many cycles of humanity on the Earth already, lasting as long as ours. Like, we have been here, like, this cycle of humanity has been here for a while, right? And we're discovering that maybe we've been here longer than we think. Like, what about before then? Like, it's a lot. So when you zoom out and you look at all of that on a timeline, everything, like, my life specifically is completely, like, irrelevant compared to like all of those cycles of humanity. Like, you think one person is gonna be like, oh, like, out of all of that, they're like, oh, there was this one person. Like, who knows? Like, who the heck is gonna say even that? But I don't even know how I got to talking about that, but I think it's just all like, you know, everything is not as big as it seems. I don't know how that came from. You're the creator of your reality. I guess it had to do with like, I don't know, looking outward. I'm trying to backtrack. But anyways, guys, you are the creators of your reality. You know, everything that you seek is within you. All the answers are within you. So that's why I don't really like third party kind of things. But, you know, if you really want to like dive deep into yourself, what I suggest is reading self-help books. Not just any self-help books, because some are pretty trash. A lot of them say the same thing. Like, you're gonna see common stuff in most self-help books. You know, my favorite genres of what the heck? My favorite genres of books are self-help, self-development, same thing, philosophy, spirituality, I guess. But self-help is pretty cool, guys. It kind of just makes you become aware of your own shit. That's what it does. You know, a lot of people think they're self-aware. This is another thing. A lot of people think that they are self-aware and they're not even being self-aware, that they're not that self-aware. So, like, for example, I know somebody, I'm not gonna name names, but just as an example, I know somebody who says, I understand this reality. I'm just like, I'm not speaking word for word, I'm not quoting. Like, I understand this reality, But the thing is, and then they say something that, like, doesn't even go along with what they just said. I'm trying to think of a better example. So, like, they understand, like, okay, the law of attraction, let's say. Like, I understand the law of attraction, you know, like, you attract, you know, the energy you put out. But the fact of the matter is, you need to be realistic on how things work, and basically, like, that's not how it works. Like, you can't be like, this is, yeah, I understand this is how it works, but that's not how it works. Like, it's just, you can't be either or, and you can't, yeah, exactly, you can't be either or. You can't be like, oh, I'm self-aware. Like, I'm self-aware enough to understand everything in my actions, but then go on a, like, psycho rampage and then try to say that you're self-aware and you're in control of your emotions. Like, did you not just see what you did? Like, yeah, but that has nothing to do with that. Like, what does that even mean? And this just, like, is it hypocrisy? I can't even tell. It's not like, I feel like being a hypocrite is maybe like, nah, it's not. You're not aware that you're being a hypocrite because you're usually called out on your shit. Like, all right, you're being a hypocrite, and then you're like, oh yeah, maybe I am. So it's not like people think things people do on purpose. But yeah, it's it's just you can't say one thing and then do another. It's kind of like, it's like yes or no. I feel like this universe works on yes and no. It's like either or. It's polarity consciousness, guys. It's the right brain and the left brain. It's the yin and the yang. And that's just what this reality is. Like, the universe isn't like that, of course. Universe is unity, source is one, everything, all. But our consciousness is on a polarity conscious, as I've said before, you know, gender, male and female, right and left. It has the opposites. Which one's the opposites one? Rhythm? No. I don't know. You guys tell me. You know, I should know this, guys. I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually. What is it, polarity? Yeah, the principle of polarity. Wow. Everything has opposites. The principle of polarity. It's, you know, wow, I just said it, polarity consciousness. Look at me, guys. You know, it's 6 a.m, guys. Like, I wake up to talk to you, and it's, I'm not there yet, you know, my brain isn't, you know, completely. I was about to tell you something and I just stopped because, yeah, I can't jump from topic to topic like that. You guys can't keep up. I can't even keep up because then I'm like, wait, what was I saying? But yeah, so I feel like everything in this universe is like that. Not everything in this universe, sorry. But like our consciousness and our, you know, perspective, this dimension, I feel like this dimension is like polarity consciousness. And I feel like the seven hermetic principles is like, could be something that just happens on this dimension only. Like, maybe that's not how it works on other dimensions. But anyways, why I'm saying this is because it's either or. You have to choose one. There is no middle ground. The only middle ground is the middle way. Like the Buddha says, balancing the physical with the spiritual. That's how you become, you know, the magician. The magician, right? The fish. I said the fish. You know, I'm thinking of like flowing in the river, balancing through, you know, the water, the earth. I don't know why I just thought of that. I imagined, you know, a fish just flowing. You gotta flow with it. But yeah, so it's either or. It's yes or no. Like, you either believe in this shit or you don't. You either put it to use or you don't. It's either or. There is no, yeah, but this and blah. Like, no, niet, nein. That's why there's fact and myth. There's no, like, middle ground. And, you know, the only middle ground that I could say there is coming to acceptance that all realities exist. All realities exist. So you can be like, yeah, that's true, but it's also fake. Yeah, that's true, that's also fake. Oh, that's fake, but that's also true. Like, that's the most middle ground you can get, probably, when it comes to, like, coming to terms with things, I guess you could say. But the thing I was randomly gonna excitingly tell you and stop what I was saying was, what was I gonna say? I was gonna be like, did you know? Oh yeah, did you know that your subconscious, this is like, maybe a lot of people know this, your subconscious is most active 15 minutes after you wake up. So when you're sleeping, right, your subconscious is very active because your front face consciousness, like how you wake up and like do stuff and stuff like that. That's like your active consciousness when you're awake. Is sleeping, your subconscious is like super awake. So that's why like there's affirmations to listen to while you sleep and binaural beats and stuff like that, because it goes deep into your subconscious, especially affirmations while you're sleeping. It goes into your subconscious because it's most active while you're sleeping, and it kind of engraves into you. And that's how you like kind of better your life, which is, I highly suggest that, guys, listening to affirmations while you go to sleep. Especially like there's affirmations on YouTube for like almost everything. Like literally anything you want to create, there's probably an affirmation for. Like when I was trying to get my driver's license, I was in like driver's affirmations, like I'm the best driver. Like literally there are affirmations for that. There are writer affirmations. I used to listen to so many. I still kind of do. It's like, I'm a great writer. People want to listen to my stories, like stuff like that. But there's affirmations for everything. I highly suggest them. I feel like they're very motivating, especially in the morning. So when you wake up, your subconscious is still active because you're still half asleep. You're like, oh, what is this? But your subconscious is all like, oh, I know what this is. Haha. Soak in everything. So that's why it's best. That's why I say when you wake up, as soon as you wake up, name 5 things you're grateful for, whether it's the same things every day. If you're feeling that, feelings of gratefulness and you're grateful for it, or even like as soon as you wake up listening to like a motivational like song or video or something like that, like as soon as you wake up, the first 15 minutes your subconscious is super active, and doing that every day is probably going to change your life. My alarm ringtone is a song from Trevor Hall called Everything I Need. And literally, it's just an affirmation. I have everything that I need. So, like, my alarm, it's like, I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything. And, like, literally, that's what I wake up to. And I'm like, yes, I do have everything that I need. But yeah, I don't know why I thought about that randomly, like, in the middle of me saying that stuff, I guess. Okay, so to sum up today's episode, you guys are the magician. You guys are the magician. You create your reality, and your outward world is reflecting what's within you. Don't look to third-party things. You could if you literally have the inability to see things for what it is and to look within. But I highly suggest to look within yourselves for answers, guys. Are you stressed? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you mad? Look within. Why? Write it down. I think, like, you learn this, like, I don't know if you guys learned this, but I learned this early in elementary school, like, so they could kind of tell how different kids learn on how they could teach them. So we kind of take like this placement test in a way, and it's like, are you a visionary learner? Are you a like hands-on learner? Are you a listening learner? So like some people learn better when they listen. Some people learn better when they see it for themselves. Some people learn better when they do it from themselves. And it's very different for everybody. So write it down if you have to, if that helps you. Read self-help books. I highly suggest. They help you see things on a very outward perspective. Instead of seeing things from only your perspective, you can see the situation for what it is. And if you're in a situation with somebody, try to see it from their perspective. Like, don't see their perspective from your own perspective. listen to what they have to say and try to put yourself in their place and see it from their perspective. And then by seeing that, you can kind of probably see it from an outer perspective. So, third party things, I mean, I guess if you have to, but everything that you seek is within you guys. So I highly suggest going within yourself for answers. And yeah, I think that was it. Unless I said other stuff, you got it in your head. I don't even know. I just, I talk, and hopefully you guys get something from it, because, I feel like I have all this stuff, like, literally I just bunged this whole episode, but, it's just me talking, like, that's why, like, I want to, like, talk, like, that's why and I didn't realize that until I made this podcast episode. Like, I was trying to pick what title I should put as, like, my Instagram, like, page. Right now I have writer, but I changed it a couple times. I had it as motivational speaker, because, like, I feel like I'm a motivational speaker, but then again, like, I'm more of a writer, but then, like, I'm also a motivational speaker. So, like, I see myself in the future, like, talking, giving talks. Like, I want to talk to people. I want to communicate with people. I want to, like, say what's within me that I just need to say. Like, I also want to write too. Like, I love writing. But, like, I just see myself talking. And that's why, like, I was like, man, I'm in this shit for the long run. Like, I am 21 years old right now doing this. Like, imagine me still doing this when I'm, like, 50 years old. Not, like, the same podcast. I wonder if I will have the same podcast. That'd be pretty cool. You guys are day ones. Think about that. Like, I probably know, okay, well, I don't know all of you personally, but everybody who has reached out to me, like, you guys are day ones. So, like, when I'm, like, 50 years old, and then you come up to me and you're, like, 50 years old to, like, 60 years old, you're gonna be like, man, I've been listening to you since the first episode. I'm like, man, this person has been listening to the first episode. Like, we are homies. But, yeah, anyways, like, I'm thinking, like, I'm in this forever. And that's pretty cool how I started, like, this early, because now I'm, like, gonna do it for a while. And I'm like, am I gonna run out of stuff to say? Maybe not. But anyways, that was this week's episode. Me going blah, blah, blah. And then you guys were like, oh, yeah, maybe that's true. So I hope you guys got something from this episode. I hope you guys wrote down that affirmation. I hope you focus on this for the week. If you don't, listen to this episode again, or at least the first half, and, really engrave it into you. Listen to it in the morning. I suggest listening to motivational stuff in the morning. There's one that was really great. Now, like, as somebody who practices bhakti yoga, I love talking about the universe, God, all of that stuff, source one, because that's my birth. Like, I was born from that. But not everybody feels the same way. Everybody could be like super, like, I hate saying spiritual, because what the fuck is spiritual? But, like, you could be all into this stuff, but not a fan of, like, always talking about God and the universe and shit like that. But I am, mainly because I've had so many personal experiences, like, synchronicities and conversations with the universe and God. Like, I love to say, like, I have a good ass personal relationship with God. Like, I talk to God on a daily basis. But, like, some of you might be like, what the fuck is she talking about? But, that's just me personally. So I don't know how that came from. Did that come from affirmations? I don't even know. But Oh yeah. So there's one motivational video that I listened to. I think he's like he's a preacher or something, but he doesn't, like, really talk about God as, like, about, like, with Jesus and stuff like that. It just says God itself, like, and he says, like, you are the child of God. Like, you are the child of God because we are all eminence of creation, of source. Like, literally, like, we are all one, and that one is God. Like, so that's why we're children of God. So, anyways, there are some good motivational. I think I typed in, like, morning motivation video, and I think it's titled, like, one of the best motivational videos you ever listened to. I think it's like 20 minutes long or something. And you'll know it's him when, he you hear him mention God or something. But it's really good and really powerful. So I highly suggest, or at least like reading an affirmation out loud, or like, again, waking up, at least listing 5 things you're grateful for, putting those feelings into your subconscious when you first wake up. It's super good for you. It will motivate you if you're feeling blah, and it keeps you going, guys, if you need it. So I hope you have a beautiful week. Thank you for joining me. I got all peaceful. Yeah, thank you for joining me this week, guys. I love you. I love you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for these times we have together. Like, it's like a little me sitting in your headphones and then talking, or on your speaker and talking. So thank you for putting up with, not even putting up, you guys choose to listen to this, which you guys are awesome, but like listening, like what the heck? I didn't think anybody was gonna listen to this. When I first started, I was like, man, I'm gonna start this because I feel like I have stuff to say and I don't know how to say it, so I'm gonna just talk. And that's literally what I've been doing, and you guys have been listening, so it's so nice. I literally didn't expect anybody to listen to this, but now I feel like the whole world's gonna listen to this. But you never know. So anyways, I'm so appreciative of you guys. Keep reaching out to me. I'm so appreciative of it. Can't use my mouth again. It's super early. It actually just hit 7 a.m. So I hope you guys again have a wonderful week. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay productive, stay creative, and remember, you are the creators of your reality, guys. Put that shit into action. Create vision boards at the beginning of the month. I didn't even go on that rant. Oh my gosh. It is the beginning of the month. If you haven't already, make a vision board. Set your intentions for the month. Can't you just feel the power? It's gonna be super warm this week in LA. Oh my god. I've been feeling so blah lately. That's it. Blah. And, I need this. I need this talks with you guys. I need these new months. I need these vision boards and stuff like that, because getting stuck in the house, like, I almost went crazy. That's why I was feeling that yesterday, because I was stuck in the house for 3 days. I was feeling kind of sick, like stomach sick, and that's why I stayed in. Like, I couldn't even take the heat because I was going to probably throw up. But just staying in the house for 3 days straight, I almost went crazy. Like, I was like, I can't. I need to go outside. And then I took a walk yesterday. I was like, I can't. But, it does that to you. Stay inside, especially if you have all these people in the house. Like, trust me, guys, I completely understand. You are going crazy. If you can, get out for walks. Like, social distancing, of course. Hopefully nobody's out there too. Go for walks. If you can, drive to a park, or just like park by a beach or something like that. If you can, just get out there. It's just, creativity happens in change of environments. That's why they say great writing, like, techniques. If you need inspiration for art, if you need inspiration for writing, rearrange your room. Create a different scenario for yourself, a different environment, because it sparks creativity. So get outside. I can't even express it so much. Happy May. Oh my god, May. My birthday is next month. I hope I'm not stuck inside. I'm pretty sure they're gonna extend this freaking quarantine thing, but who knows? They might cut it off. They might open up LA sooner or later, but I can't. It's so much, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. It's not so much, it's not so little. It just is. Whether you choose to be stressed, whether you choose to be happy, whether you choose to be chill about everything, is your choice. You are the magician, the creator of your reality, and the outside experience you are having is what is being reflected of what is within you. Sorry. I love you guys. Have a beautiful week. I'm sorry. I had to say that again. Okay. Bye. I love you. Reach out to me. My Instagram is Natalia of Earth. Natalia of Earth. And yeah, that's Instagram. If you want to check out my blog, sorry, I get super energy. Anyways, yeah, if you want to check out my blog, it is thewritingsofnatalia.wordpress.com. And I write blog posts every Monday. I do these kinds of episodes every Friday. And yeah, hit me up, guys. All right, I love you. Have a beautiful week. Set your intentions. be the magician, because you are, whether you're the magician either or, you choose to believe it or not, you're still the magician and you still create your reality. So at least try to put in the effort to make it a good one. All right, peace, guys.